What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to my Let's Play of WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. And yesterday, some massive audio botching. I swear it's not a regular week around here unless something gets botched at least once a week. The Sin Cara of the YouTube wrestling community. That's me! Anyway, we did lose that Tornado Tag Team Ladder match, and hopefully today we are now in the contention for the Royal Rumble, which means that it should all be singles matches. Fingers crossed. Time to rumble. Which means pretty close to the end of this Raw storyline, because it would end at WrestleMania.
Yes, I see what you mean, Coach. I must admit his behavior has been a bit strange lately.
Me?
Thank you for coming here tonight to bring that to my attention.
Great parts.
You wanted to see me, Vince?
Yes, thank you for coming to see me. I wanted to take this chance to compliment you on your hard work so far this year and let you know that it has not gone unnoticed.
I've lost a lot.
The matches you've competed in over the last few months have helped to determine your entry number into one of the greatest matches in sports entertainment, the Royal Rumble.
As you know, the Rumble takes place in 2 weeks. And tonight's match is your last chance to improve your entry number.
I get one match to do it?
And it must be your lucky day. Because Mr. McMahon, in his infinite wisdom, has come up with a typically brilliant plan to give you a choice of matches. You see, if you're fairly happy with your current number, you can compete in an Iron Man match tonight. When it's over, your opponent's number of pinfalls or submissions will be subtracted from yours. The resulting number will be added to your current entry number. So, if you score 3 points and your opponent scores 1, your entry number improves by 2.
I know how it works, Coach. Relax.
But if it's the other way around, your number falls by 2.
Or if you prefer to take a big risk for a big reward, you can compete tonight in a triple threat match against the number 1 and number 30 entrants. Win that match, and you'll get to enter the Royal Rumble last at number 30, which gives you a huge advantage.
Yeah.
If you lose the triple threat, however, you'll enter at number 1 and have to face 29 other superstars in order to win.
That's rough.
I love it.
What's it gonna be?
Genius, Mr. McMahon.
Take it under advisement for a minute. Let me know which match you want to compete in tonight. Keep in mind that the higher your entry number, the later you enter the Royal Rumble, and the better your chances.
I know how Royal Rumble matches work. I don't actually know what my number is. So I will take the triple threat chance. Because if I fail, guess what? I'm going to reload the save and do it again. So either way, I'm going to win this match. By hook or by crook. Let's do this. Alright, we have Muhammad Hassan and Shawn Michaels as my opponents in this triple threat. Anyhow, I welcome you.
The man who's currently scheduled to enter the Royal Rumble first.
That's what I thought.
He's got a great opportunity to jump all the way to number 30 if he can win this triple threat match.
He could definitely use an upset win here tonight. Otherwise, he's got to hope for a miracle at the Rumble. I wonder what he did to make Mr. McMahon angry enough to put him in a match like this. His number 30 entry spot is at stake.
I have no idea, King, but it wouldn't be the first time he's found himself in Mr. McMahon's doghouse. That's for certain.
Fair enough.
This superstar is taking a hell of a gamble.
The wild card.
He's given up his entry number entirely and is guaranteed to leave here tonight as either the number 1 or number 30 entrant in the Royal Rumble.
Rough.
He may have more guts than brains, JR, but you never can tell. Superstars have entered at number 1 and won the whole thing, and others have come in at number 30 and been tossed right over the top rope.
Anyhow, I welcome you to a Wednesday morning. Having now watched both Raw and SmackDown, I have various thoughts. Whoa there, right into a Boston Crab. That was pretty nice. I have various thoughts on these shows and some news bits here and there, but I'm gonna kind of be all over the place, so bear with me for a moment here as I try to get through these thoughts that I have on wrestling on this fine Wednesday. First and foremost, it seems like Total Divas, Eva Marie, will not be returning for the next season of Total Divas. Surprise, surprise. We kind of already knew she was done from the fact that she took Superstar out of her Twitter bio and social media nonsense, so that's not really that surprising, but obviously that's definitely a big hey. She's not going to be on Total Divas. She's done. Like, that was the one thing she was doing because, you know, she got suspended and everything else and did that movie with Nick Cage or whatever. So, yeah, that's the least surprising news in the world, but, again, inevitable. So I'm sure she'll have a lot of fun doing things like Celebrity Street Fighter V things and tournaments and Miss Celebrity. A lot of stuff. So, Eva Marie, have fun. Whatever. Don't attack the referee, Hassan. That's some heels right there. For reals. For reals. Shawn Michaels, best in the world at what he does. Yeah, no, I don't appreciate the ref bump either. SmackDown. So the Usos, like, I don't know how scripted those promos are, but they're killing it. They're absolutely doing a thing that a lot of promos seem to lack in the modern age, and that is just intensity and passion. So they don't sound scripted. They sound like they are just ready for a fight and just going completely nuts, which is what you want from a wrestling promo. So, HBK punching the ref. Not cool, Sean. Not cool. Speaking of voices, though, I feel so bad right now for Hardbody Mahal, because it seems like he's got laryngitis. I don't know what he did to his voice, but the biggest push of his career ever, and the dude can barely talk right, because he's got some kind of a throat thing or whatever, and that's a damn shame, because he was doing fine up until that European tour, and I guess he got sick or something, and he's just kind of fighting through it, and it's like, yeah, it's a real shame. It's a real shame, because, you know, you want to be able to cut promos on your way to having your biggest match at Backlash this Sunday. Shawn Michaels, I'm hitting the button to reverse your strikes, and it's not working. You just punched me out. Not appreciated. Somebody here is getting a salt shaker. I don't care who. It's going to happen. Taking off the turnbuckle, HBK. HBK with a finisher here, if he can actually manage to get it to happen. There we go. Muhammad Hassan getting that salt shaker. Well, it doesn't really matter because Sean's right there, but... and a rope break, which is always a thing. So SmackDown, in other SmackDown news, they had done a test thing last year, right after the draft, right after the brand split, where during SmackDown, as matches were happening, they were, count it, 1, 2, 3, I win. I told you.
Here's your winner,
The Man. Now number 30 in the Royal Rumble match, baby. But yeah, SmackDown, they tested this, where it goes to commercial. You get the commercial in most of the screen, and then the action in the ring continues in the little corner. Obviously with no audio, but, you know, you get to see the match that happens in the arena anyway during the commercials. Now, whether or not they'll do that for Raw as well, I suppose that remains to be seen, but for SmackDown, I'm not sure when they're going to start it, but yeah, that's definitely in the works to have that as a permanent thing for SmackDown. Elsewhere in the news, Al Snow got arrested for something. I don't entirely know what, but something. I don't know what he did. I don't know what the deal is. I just seen the mugshot, and that kind of happened. I did want to discuss here, well, number one, man, if you were a casual fan and you only watched Raw, like the past, I don't know, month or two, you'd probably believe that there's only 4 guys in the Cruiserweight division, because on Raw, that's what it seems like. Obviously, there are more on 205 Live, but you only ever see those 4 guys on Raw. Also, TJ Perkins is now literally just TJP. They changed, they shortened his name. He's just TJP, and somehow I hate him even more. Oh, hey, Shelton Benjamin, who is not the IC champion, and also I am not the IC champion. So, who is the IC champion? Nobody knows. It's a mystery. This should be chaos. Anyhow, I did want to discuss a little bit, and this kind of pertains to both Raw and SmackDown in terms of wins and losses, and how, you know, they've said over and over again that wins and losses don't actually matter, it's the story that we're trying to tell, and I'm like, well, yes and no, because you still want to contextualize that story and make your people who are fighting look credible in some way, right? And so they did it wrong on Raw, and they did it right on SmackDown, more or less. So on Raw, you had Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns and Finn Balor. I want to say AJ Styles. Roman Reigns and Finn Balor had a match on Raw, and Roman Reigns won that match. And while normally not a thing I would particularly care too much about, but they've been harping on, you know, for a while now that Roman Reigns is not 100%. That he's hurt, that he's got, you know, that the vicious attacks of Braun Strowman have been just devastating to Roman Reigns. And I get that, right? Oh no, Shelton. Oh no, Shelton. No, really? Really? Whatever. I'm still number 30 in the Rumble, so who cares? Anyway, my discussion here. The fact that Roman Reigns can beat Finn Balor, even though he's not 100%, clean in the middle, right? It's not that he beat him, it's that he beat him clean in the middle with no interference and nothing. That makes Finn look kind of crappy. Whereas obviously Finn beat Roman, you know, when he was 100%, back when he first debuted on Raw after the draft last year, or last summer, right? Now, meanwhile, on SmackDown, you had Jinder Mahal, Hardbody Mahal, beat the phenomenal AJ Styles. But you did it with the interference from Kevin Owens. So, even though Jinder beats AJ, and you kind of go, wow, that shouldn't happen, ever, it makes sense within the context of the story, because you had the interference from the current U.S. champion, so it was not a clean victory because there was interference. You had Ellsworth beat AJ 3 times, and you can accept that because of all the interference from Dean Ambrose. But having Roman Reigns just, you know, make Roman look strong, having Roman Reigns beat Finn Balor, even though Roman Reigns has clearly been not 100%, still all taped up and everything else, and he can still pull out the victory, does not make Finn Balor look good at all. So it's like, what are you even doing? Like, what is even the point? Like, okay, sure, wins and losses don't matter, but at least, you know, have them make some bit of sense when they happen. Like, had there been interference in that match from, like, say, Bray Wyatt, then sure, fine. I can accept that further in terms of, okay, well, he lost because, you know, there was this interference, or, you know, have a double count out, have a DQ, whatever. Having a clean victory with a guy who's not 100% because of Braun Strowman and all those vicious beatdowns, and then he can still beat Finn Balor, makes Finn Balor look weak. And kind of the whole point is making all 5 of the guys in that Fatal 5-Way look like top contenders that could potentially all take the title off of, that's too many T's, off of Brock Lesnar at goodness gracious great balls of fire, which will be, you know, soon. But that's after Extreme Rules. So yeah, this match is still happening. I went out pretty early, but that's okay. I think that was all my real discussion points and news bits and whatnot. Raw was actually pretty alright, as obviously compared to last week, because the overseas shows are, like, they're kind of whatever. So there's that, and SmackDown. The SmackDown card is interesting. I would have up my predictions video on, like, Friday afternoon for Backlash, which is this Sunday. They totally last minute booked Harper versus Rowan for reasons beyond my understanding. And man, if you thought after the events of the past couple months that Luke Harper would be the next breakout star here, like, what are they doing? He's so talented, and they just don't have any use for him. They literally booked that match on Talking Smack. Like, it wasn't even on the... It couldn't even get on the main show. They didn't have time for it. So, I guess there's that. I will say that in that SmackDown Tag Team division, I am enjoying the Breezango little fashion files and whatnot, but I feel like perhaps they're a bit more nuanced than the average wrestling fan might have patience for. Because there are a lot of good jokes in there. But it's just very you know, here and there on, you need to be actually paying attention to those things to get some of those, jokes, right? But again, I really appreciate that they're doing it, and I'll be curious to see how that match turns out. What are you doing, Eugene? I don't even know. You don't go for a submission in an over-the-top rope battle royal. And I have to wonder who's going to win this, and what does it even matter? Because I already have that number 30 spot, so this match was kind of inconsequential, but they always have these kind of, you know, weird little battle royals before the actual Royal Rumble that help kind of, you know, sell that show on that concept, even though they've been doing it for 30 years, but that's kind of neither here nor there, I suppose. So if one of you men here would like to win this match, and I can be done with my day here and move on, I have a bunch of video to edit today, it's kind of ridiculous, then, yeah, that's, alright, well, that happened, and, we move on. Now, considering how fast I got thrown out there, that perhaps does not bode well for my chances at winning the Royal Rumble, but in any event, that shall be tomorrow. I thank you for watching. More videos every day. I'm attackslug, and I'll see you next time right here on this channel, and I'm out.